from Precision Golf, coming at you with some golf tips live and welcoming you along and sharing all of your thoughts on any of my content, any of your swing needs. I'm here to answer them. So I'm going to get cracking. I'm going to hit a few shots and let a few of you join. I hope you're all having a great week. I didn't stream this Monday. I think I'm going to just do my golf tips live. I've had a few people commenting that the Monday night lives are a bit golf equipment heavy, and I'm very conscious of that. I want to keep it just golf swing tips and make sure that my subscribers are getting what they signed up for. So I'll probably do less of that going forwards, but we'll see. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Oh, I've just dropped a video. If you're a member of the channel, you'll be able to find my 4 corners video. I'm talking about how the right hip, the left hip, the right shoulder and the left shoulder, how they talk to each other in a golf swing. It's really something I've never done. It's a video that's very, very new. Some drills in there that are very different, probably nothing you've ever seen before. Go check that out. I just dropped that literally before I came on here. Also check me out on my socials, on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I've got Facebook group, community group that I'm going to be developing more of. And also a bit of a exclusive, I'm going to be starting up a podcast. It's going to be all of the audio from my videos. It's going to be on Spotify, and it's going to be me just putting these lessons, these videos into a podcast that's going to allow you to listen to it in the car. I obviously won't have any of the visuals, but there'll be a lot of stuff in there that you'll be able to just listen to anyway. Hopefully you enjoy that. We've got Dom Eccles in. Hi, Stuart. Love these live sessions. Thanks for doing them. Dom, you are super welcome. Really want to try and build a really nice community of golfers that can come on here on the back of watching some of my videos, gives them real-time face-to-face stuff. And what I'm going to be start offering in the new year, I'm going to be doing some members videos of members lives, where actually I'll get the member to come up on the live, share the stream with them. I'll invite them on, get them in their bay if they're hitting shots, and I can give them a live lesson, and all of the people that are members can hook up to that. So stay tuned for that. That's coming in the new year as well. Steve Smith, hi Stu. Hi Steve, thanks for your help on the golf swing, making golf fun again. It's my pleasure, Steve. I'm really pleased to hear that that's the way your game's going. I agree that the Monday night streams are equipment heavy, which is good for those who need advice on that area. Yeah, absolutely. And someone's got a lot of technical information, and sometimes the answers can go on a little bit long. That's I'm very conscious of that. I think these live sessions want to be quick, short fire, so we can move on to the next one, just in case someone joins the live and doesn't know what the question is. So yeah, so I want to keep it golf swing. That's what you've signed up for. You've signed up for golf swing, and I want to make sure that we stay on point with that. I don't want to alienate any of you guys that have only signed up for golf swing tips. So I'll still be doing the lives for Precision Golf, but I just won't be streaming them on my channel, because I'll be doing enough of this stuff for you guys that you won't need to tune in to hear about equipment. If you want that, obviously go over to the Precision Golf channel and they'll be able to facilitate that for you. I don't know why I put on a jumper on these lives, because quick as a flash, I'm taking my jumper off. Hang on 1 second. Sorry, folks. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Let us know where you're tuning in from. A lot of people say they watch the lives, clients of mine, and then they say they never say hello. So if you are watching and you're a client or not a client and you've never said anything before on a chat, make this the first. Make this Thursday, the 6th of October, the day that you say hi to me. I'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from you. So as usual, working on all my feels. Hopefully you guys are getting out and playing some golf this weekend. It's a bit mild out there today, goodness me. It is, it's like 15 degrees out there today, which for a November day in the UK is crazy, is absolutely crazy. Hopefully you've all caught my most recent video that I brought out. If you haven't, checked out my WhatsApp chat community channel as well. It's read only. I always launch bits and bobs, what's going on with the channel over there. So be sure to check out the WhatsApp community channel as well. Got 25 of you on. Thanks for joining. Double tap the screen if you can. That would be mega if you can. It shows up a thumbs up and it just helps the stream travel a bit further. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. Just hitting some 7-irons here. Pressure down on the grip. Pressure down on the grip. Then I'm making my right hip move inside. And as I'm moving my right hip inside, I'm creating arm lift. And that creating an arm lift is taking the club shaft and pointing off towards the TV screen, hip rotation and arm lift, then putting it more behind me. Now I can get the golf club out in front, pressure down and through. Oh, a couple of quick fire questions coming in. Steve Smith, I'm taking all your advice in, but I'm worried I might take the scattergun approach. Do you have advice on winter program for improvement? So Steve, I'm taking the whole of January off. In between that time and now, I'm building a website and I'm shooting it's going to be between 6 and 8 videos. That's going to be the groundwork to all of my coaching. It's going to be about £200. And that will be some content that's going to give you a fail-safe way of getting as detailed as you can with your grip, your setup, your backswing, your downswing, your impact and your through swing. So that would be my real recommendation. Stay tuned for that. Until that time, I would check out my backswing series, my downswing series, impact series and follow through series. There's probably about 25 videos in there all in all. So go check those out. They're on the playlists. Super easy to find. That would be a good course of action. Ulrich, hi Ulrich, nice to see you again. Hi Stuart, good to be live. Thank you. Question about through swing and the left arm. Try to keep it close, but it's more chicken wing than straight arm. Doing TheraBand drills, but seems not to work. Okay, good question, great question. So let me just get my TheraBand. So chicken wing comes from a couple of ingredients, or a bit more than that actually. So principally the arm, see that as a barometer of making your back not feel the pain of impact. So as you rotate through a shot here, if your lower half doesn't rotate and your lower half stays still, because you're trying to unload the golf club. It means that the energy in the arms is too much for the amount of rotation you're going to have, and so they give way to actually make your body not hurt. So first of all, you need to make sure that you've got enough leg action. Make sure you've got enough left leg lengthening and you've got enough hip opening. If you've got enough left hip opening, what you'll then have is enough shoulder track. You'll have enough shoulder moving back in. If you've then got enough shoulder moving back in, you'll then be able to move the grip around. If you can move the grip around, what you then need to make sure you have is external rotation of the left forearm. If you've now got external rotation of the left forearm, hip opening and shoulder moving around, you've now only got one thing left to do, and that's put force on the grip. So force on the grip, external rotation of the forearm, there's the external rotation of the forearm, left leg lengthening. And it's that network of 4 ingredients that will kill off chicken wing. And when you do that, you know, I got the TheraBand out for a reason, Stuart, didn't I? So you can go, push the band away from you, forearm rotation, hip rotation, and there's your impact condition or post-impact condition. Give that a little try. Ulrich, any questions? I'm here. Let me know. Steve Smith, thank you, Stu. Steve, you're super welcome. Any more questions, feel free to fire. Andy Corso, hey Andy, nice to have you with us. Steve Huang, when on the golf course, the ground can be uneven. How can you rotate properly? Very easy to rotate properly. Let's see if I can get this sloping lie mat to work. This is a very dangerous game, this. See if I can get the sloping lie mat to fire up. It might fire up, it might not. Oh, we're on. So, what lie do you want? Downhill lie or uphill lie? Ball above the feet or ball below the feet? You tell me. So let's put right to left. So ball's above the feet. So you see this end of the mat is lifting up. Let's make it a little bit more. It will just stop in a second. As soon as the lie changes, what happens is you put more force in different parts of your body. So with the ball above the feet, as soon as you put the ball above the feet, it puts more energy into your heels. You need to offset that, so you need to have more pressure in the toes of your feet. If the ball is then below your feet, so I'm now shifting the lie the other way. So the ball's now moving below your feet. You can see this end of the mat's now lifting up. Ball is now below my feet. Now as I swing, the energy is moving me down the slope. All of a sudden, I need to push force back up the slope. So all of the time we have sloping lies, you've got to offset that force. Now, depending on how you see the golf swing and where the energy is moving around, if the ball below your feet and you are someone that believes that you've got to continually drag the club inside out, that's not going to end well, which is why nobody likes ball below the feet. But if you were someone that recognized that the grip moves forwards and you offset that with force back up the slope, and that now allows you to stay more in posture, a ball below the feet wouldn't be a problem for the golfing world. But unfortunately, because of the way people think about the swing, moving the club inside out with a ball below the feet, you can see that's not going to end well because you're shifting the club down the slope and it's going to end badly. So rotation on uneven lies is all about opposing the force that the lie is pushing on you. That's all it is. But if you don't know how to shift force around in your feet generally on a flat lie, as soon as you go on an uneven lie, it's going to be mayhem. Just watch all of my content. I've done videos on all 4 lies: ball above the feet, below the feet, uphill and downhill lie. 4 videos. Those 4 videos are the least watched videos of all of my content. How mad is that? I thought it was going to be a killer videos. Nobody's watched them. So if you watch all of the other stuff, your sloping lie golf will be better anyway. Hope that helps. Dom, hi again. Hi, Dom. You helped me on Skillest recently, I remember well, regarding my arms overrunning in the backswing. I remember you asking another question on a live a few weeks ago, didn't you? And I was talking about the through swing. Mainly due to poor setup and spine angle, etc. Would you mind showing the right and wrong way again, please? I can't remember how you were moving, Dom, so I would be guessing what the right and wrong way. I'd have to go into your Skillest and look at what you were doing right and wrong, so I can't really help out on that one on this occasion. Ulrich, thank you, you're super welcome. Steve Down, a wonderful explanation, thank you. You're super welcome, Steve. Hopefully the sloping lie mat helped. So let's, I've got a ball below the feet here. Got a ball below the feet, aggressively below the feet as well. It's as much as the sloping lie mat will make me move. 4%, it's saying. And I'm just going to hit some shots on that sloping lie. And I'm just going to hit some draws because it's a lie that everybody believes you can't hit a draw on. And it's absolute nonsense. That's a little draw, so I'll aim up down the right now and I'll draw one back. I'm not doing anything dramatically different. I'm just more aware of what's going on through my feet with this ball below the feet. That's all I'm doing, and you can see a draw, no problem. Then I'll flip the sloping lie to above my feet, and then I'll do exactly the same. So now the ball's above my feet. Now the ball is above my feet, which everybody once again suggests you can't hit fades on. This, by the way, yeah, I'm not going to go into that. But so fade shot now, you know, depending on the slope in the lie, you know, so an open face to path of 4 degrees, path to the left at 6. Let's go even more for you. It's a bit more fade. Let's get a real boomerang going if TrackMan wants to read it. So I can really get some 17 degrees outside in. And then let's go a nice strong draw there for you. So you can see a sloping lie mat is just creating more force on your body. Yes, the lie does affect the loft angle because the ball's above the feet. The more the ball's above the feet, face point's more left. But if you're in control and you know what you're looking to feel, it allows you to still hit dead straight fades and draws. There you go, 0, 0, 0 for you. So hopefully that's dispelling the absolute garbage out there that you can't hit fade off of a ball above the feet and can't hit draw with a ball below the feet and all that absolute crap. So hopefully that helps. Dom has just come back with a question. sorry, my spine was tilted towards the target at setup, restricted turn, etc. Sounds like you know what was going on anyway, Dom. Am I just doing this to show everyone else, or is this that you want to know? Let me just reset that. Move, reset to flat. Move, there we go, that's that. So we've always got that at our disposal if you ever want a question on slope and lie. Well, you know, the right hand sits below, or the trail hand sits below the lead hand. When we stand up dead straight, the trail hand sits below the lead hand on the golf club, so you immediately get left shoulder higher than right shoulder. Left hip then bumps forwards, because what this is doing is making the top of your spine move low point back behind the golf ball. So therefore bumping your left hip forwards balances the two out. That's how we want to set up. And then once you've got that spine angle tipped away from the target at address, what we're looking for is still getting that right hip tucked under you in your backswing, making a backswing and getting your spine tipped away from the target. Hope that helps, Don. Just refer to your notes on Skillest, Dom. You've got your 3 drills that I sent you, all there waiting for you to work on. Hope that helps. Thanks for asking though, Dom. Appreciate that. So back to back swings. Let me know if you want any more shots being played, any other thoughts or advice. Thanks for tuning in. Happy Thursday. Got the final series on the DP World Tour. Be nice to see Marco Penge do well this week, wouldn't it? Ulrich, do you think it's a good idea to also practice left-handed, or will it ruin my swing? Look, I don't think, have I got a left-handed golf club here? I think I have, actually. Look, I think if you know your onions, and you know how to move, practicing left-handed is just fun. It doesn't give you any more than that. It just gives you an opportunity to feel what you need to work on in your normal swing. Yeah, feels nice and feels tight on my left swings. I'll just get a few looseners up. A few looseners. But left-handed swings can be absolutely beneficial. But there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to hit shots left-handed. So if you know what you're applying to create the movement in your right-handed swing, other than it looking a little bit weird to you visually, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to play very well left-handed. So you can see my path is from the inside, -2, face to path is open. So I need to get rid of more of this, and I need to get more of this going on down. Down and around. Which I did there. So I've now turned it back into a draw. So it's just the same thing, right? I was too much from the inside because I lifted the grip up. I opened the blade. TrackMan said that I wasn't that inside it. And then all of a sudden I made my grip even lower and moved more around, and my club path went even further inside, when you would have thought that would have made you more across it, and it helped square the face to path up. It's good fun playing left-handed. It's a cracking game. So again, a little bit to handle up. Need more right leg push, drag the grip down. More around here. Get that right shoulder feeling lower, Stuart. There we go. Right shoulder was lower. And it lined it all up. So left-handed won't do anything other than prove the concept. It won't make your right-handed swing anymore consistent, but it's good fun. All right, hopefully that helped. Excellent. Go anasis. Hi, where is your hand in relation to your right hip? Where is your hand? Which hand are you talking about? Are you talking about my lead hand or my trail hand? My left hand or my right hand? Which one are you talking about? Go anasis. Hopefully you enjoyed a few left-handed swings in there. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Left hand. So my left hand in relation where is your left hand in relation to your right hip at impact? Your left hand in relation to your right hip. That's what it looks like from down the line. That's what it looks like face on. That's the track, but of course the club's swinging. Does that help? Don't know what the relevance of that is, but hopefully that helps. Steve Stone, your left-handed swing is better than my right. Thanks, Steve. It's good fun. It's good fun playing golf left-handed. Play about single figures left-handed. I should do 9 holes of left-handed. $45 of you on. Thanks for tuning in. Golf Tips Live, do this fairly regular. I'm going to try in January. I'm going to try and do it at the same time every day, Monday to Friday, so that you've got a bit of a reliable time. A lot of my subscribers are American, so they're in their pit at the moment, but thank you for the people that are tuning in from the UK and across Europe. Again, it'd be great to hear where you're tuning in from. The way YouTube works is the more interaction, the more likes, the better the stream gets, and the more inclined I will be to do more of these lives, which I'm going to commit to anyway, but it would be really great if you could help me out and just hit the likes button and maybe share it with some pals. Ulu Watu 77, when I think of my left hand only, the ball flies so much better. It's like I'm hitting a single-handed backswing in tennis. Why is that? When I let the right hand lead, I take huge, deep divots. Well, it could be that your right hand is in the wrong place on the golf club. Check that out first. And when your lead hand is doing the right thing, the trail hand obviously has no influence, but the lead hand ultimately is the king of the two hands, because where this left hand moves, it changes where the face points and how much angle of attack you have. So it's no surprise why your right hand is doing what it's doing and causing problems. Check out what the cause of what the position of the right hand is on the golf club. And even get yourself with your trail hand and make some swings and just practice hitting shots with your trail hand. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to hit pretty good shots with just your trail hand. And I would advise this for everyone. And then when you then think about not using your right shoulder, to anyone, you'd tell them they're an absolute lunatic, wouldn't you? Don't use your right shoulder. Don't use your right hand. Don't use your right shoulder. Don't use your right hand, because that's terrible for you. Oh, is it? Oh, right. Yeah, right. Gotcha. Don't use your right shoulder. Don't use your right hand. Don't do that, for heaven's sake. Wouldn't want to sort of have a straight club path all of the time and be in control of the face angle. And then they say, you know, keep your back to the target and swing inside out and try and close the club face. Oh, right, okay, that's a great idea, that. Yeah, so back to the target, swing from the inside, and then just try and flick the club face at it. Oh, wonderful. That's really powerful. Wonderful stuff. Excellent. Carry on. As opposed to thinking about how the grip wants to move around the golfer, which fortifies function, which gets you moving around the golf ball, gives you angle of attack, gets the grip moving forwards, gets you moving around the golf ball, gets you having as much speed as possible. The more I move the grip back in, look at how the club head swings out to the right, swings out to the right, swings out to the right. Look how the grip moving out to the right opens the face, which causes you to have to roll your wrists over and bow your wrists and all that. Utter garbage. Move your right side around. Move your right side around the golf ball, and you will forever hit down on it, hit straight, hit down on it, hit straight. The more you tuck your arm, the more you sit your back shoulder back, the more you'll hit that shot, the more you'll then have to bow your wrist to get the ball back to target. And you're tying yourself up in knots after knots after knots into dysfunction, slowing your swing down. I saw a video of a prominent coach teaching someone to run the pad, the back of his left hand up the wall and release the golf club like this. I'm not going to say who it is, but to say he owns a big school in America, I mean, it's just absolutely shambolic. Should be absolutely strung up. Anyway, get off your high horse, Stuart. ETN. Hi, Stu. Handle in is a bit scary for most of us. Can we imagine making a downward curve to the front instead? You can imagine whatever you would like. ETN, go for it. If it works, go with it. WCADDS 80 says hi. Hi to you. Ulrich, if I wanted to book a lesson with you in your studio, how many weeks in advance should I do that? Being on tour in 26, anytime at all. Being on tour in 2026, anytime at all for lessons. Thanks. Yeah, the diary's open. I've got a little bit of availability between now and the end of the year. And then into next year, I'm probably going to be going down to 2.5 days of coaching. Yet to decide where it's definitely going to be a Monday. It's definitely going to be a Thursday, and it's probably going to be a Wednesday morning of the days that I'm going to be coaching. But there's availability there. Get on the website. You can find it there. You book them as far in advance as you would like. No problem at all. Kev T, loving all of these live lessons. Thank you so much, Kev. I'm really enjoying them. How far from the middle of your stance do you play wedges? Cheers. Good question. So there is a... So here's the thing, right? We've been schmoozed into thinking that because we've got more loft and we need more angle of attack, that the ball needs to be played further and further back in our stance for our wedges. your 7-iron to your lob wedge should be played in the same spot, and then as the club gets a bit longer, it moves progressively further forwards. So whether you're playing a 7-iron or a lob wedge, your golf ball, after you've set your body, wants to be in line with your lead ear, whether you're playing a 7-iron or whether you're playing a lob wedge. Because what we need to recognize is the shoulder is the pivot point of the arm and the swing point of the club head. So you place that ball further and further back, it will make your angle of attack steeper, but it will also make your path more from the inside and face more open. So be really careful about putting the ball too far back. Play your 7-iron and your lob wedge and all the clubs in between in the same spot, straight underneath your left ear. Hope that helps, Kev. Hope that helps. Nice to have 60 of you on. It would mean the world to me if you could double tap the screen. Doesn't cost you anything, but it does like the video, like the stream, and it allows it to spread just a little bit further. Big thanks if you would do that for me. Costs you nothing, and it doesn't do anything to your phone or algorithms. The more golfers feel like this right shoulder can move, the more the top of the club will make the head have angle of attack. The more the grip moves towards the target, so all I've done is move the grip towards the target. Can you see how that's making the club head kick back in? And when that happens, it makes the circle shift over here a long way, which is why people battle with squaring the face up. The minute you, and so what will tend to happen when I coach people is they'll come along and they'll see a path line left. Everybody is always infatuated about club path. So what will happen is their club path, let's say, is outside in 3 degrees, 4 degrees. So the path is going to the left, and they're hitting slices like that. And what's happening is, where they've been advised to move the grip more to the right, can you see, just isolate the focus on the club head for a moment, just as I do this. So just look at the club head. Look how the club head's going to the left. We'll do that once more. Now look at the grip. Club's going to do the same thing. Now look at the grip. Is the grip going off to the right? Yes, it is. Is the club head going to the left? Yes, it is. So when you see an outside-in club path, the coach sees outside-in path, and he does everything about holding bodies back, making arms swing down, make the club push out to fix that path line. You can end up pushing the grip so far away that the club does eventually travel straight. Then you're left with a really open face. If you've got a 9-degree open outside-in club path and you've got a ball bending to the right, just do yourself a favour, and this is to ETN's point. Just aim right and come wildly over the top. Wildly over the top, wildly over the top, and pull hook it onto target. So wildly over the top and pull hook it onto the target. So can you see that that golf ball is bent to the left, my path's inside out 4 degrees. So I'm coming wildly over the top, and I'm pull hooking the golf ball onto my target. Now once I've got that happening, so I just came wildly over the top, pull hooked it onto the target, and my path was inside out 18 degrees. Once you've done that, gradually move back to straight. Still feeling the same thing, pull hooking it onto the target. And as you keep on going, as you keep seeing the ball bend left, as you keep on coming over the top of it, just allow that left wrist to have more shape in it. Have more shape in it. Over the top, have more shape in it. So then, I've got slightly less bend left. So I'm going to aim a bit straighter. I'm going to keep on coming over the top of it. And take some more kink in, or put some more kink in. So now I'm back to the point where I felt like I came over the top, I hit more down, which gave me ball pressure, and I've got the draw. So I've talked myself into a different track of path and face orientation. Because when you've been someone that's aiming straight and your path is going a long way outside in and you're holding the face open, if you immediately, that didn't get it, if you immediately, so that's your path line outside in, if I immediately make that face to path square or slightly closed to that path line, your golf ball will end up going so far left, your body just wouldn't allow it to happen. So what you need to do is superficially change your path by aiming right and then still coming over the top of it, so that you let this left side unload and square the face up. And then at that point, because your left hand is now being submissive to the rotation and square the face up, now you can just aim less to the right and do less with the face close to path. So that you can now feel like, if that's the ball line, if that's the target line, now I can feel like I'm going to aim the 2 of the 264 here. I'm going to come over the top of it and draw it onto the target, which to you would feel like heaven, because now all of a sudden you now feel like you're moving around the golf ball to hit a draw. So ETN says handle in front is a bit scary for most of us. It's only scary because your grip has been jammed so far out after the ball, and all I'm trying to do is make your grip move in after the ball, which will make the face start to square up to begin with. Offset it by aiming right, and then you'll be back in the play because you'll be aiming up the right and turning it back with a very different feel. Hopefully that makes sense. No, whether it's into in or not, it doesn't matter, ETN. It's just understanding where the grip track needs to go. You're getting, I think you're a coach, but you're understanding, as exciting as you are and you get about it, I've seen some of your swings online, you're still you're into out guy. You're still massively up with your grip and pushing it out right. So just take your time. Do the simple things well. Get your grip right, because your grip's still not right. Your posture's still not right. You're too narrow at the top. A lot of stuff going on in your golf swing that's confusing you, and what you're trying to do is work on the sexy stuff. And you'd get so much more out of working on the fundamentals a bit more. Hopefully that helps. D. Trizzle Foshizi. This explains me perfectly, and I wonder why I would hit it straight pulls. And I noticed when I'm doing what you say, by closing my stance, I get a straight ball, but how to draw the ball from that, as I say, as I just explained. Hopefully that helps. ATIT-G, can you explain how to release the golf club, please? Where does the majority of the power come from? There is no one producer of speed in the golf swing. The release comes from, the unload comes from leg action, upper body rotation, swing moment, and a good grip. Those ingredients are the ingredients that work together. People's shoulder pitches, because the ball is underneath us, want to work like this. And when that happens, the grip stands up and the face opens out. If we moved our shoulders more on a horizontal pitch, that golf club would start to unload and move back in. If you felt more like that down at this angle, you would feel way more rotation. It's such a simple move, so simple. But to start with, people's grips are incorrect, really bad. Nobody wants to seem to work on something that is so influential and such low-hanging fruit. Such low-hanging fruit. I mean, I've shot a really, really complex video. Great to hear from you guys. It's part of my Swing Builder series. It's the only video I've shot, but I feel like releasing it, but I'd have to charge for it because it's so detailed. It's like 25 minutes on the grip, but it will be massive to you. Massive to you. Let me know if that's something that you would be keen on purchasing. I will gladly put it up and get you purchasing before I get the other digital content out. But the grip is so influential, and when you get the grip in the right spot, it changes. Just go check out Charlie Hull's grip. Go check out Matt Fitzpatrick's grip. Go check out Tommy Fleetwood's grip. Who else is out there that I like? Justin Thomas's grip. So many good grips from good players, but yet all we're interested in bow. Anyway, rambling on. Hopefully that helps. Apologies if this has been asked before. Any tips for a tall bloke? Let me just pull that back down. I didn't quite see the end of that. I can't see that from my end. Tall bloke with an over the top and out to in swing. Well, just scroll back on the video that I just talked about with an over the top move. I just talked you through how to get that ball bending back. Over the top is simply the club head over the top. Whenever you see anyone demonstrate you coming over the top or someone talking about coming over the top, they all do this. When have you ever seen someone into impact like that? When have you ever seen it? All they're trying to demonstrate, if they care to really elaborate, is it's the club head that's coming over the top, which is not being loaded and pulled forwards because everybody's been told not to pull the grip. If you pulled that grip forwards, does that look over the top to you? Or does that look over the top to you? The grip's in the same spot, the club head's different. And this, your right shoulder going high, I mean, if you actually did that, you'd hit your left ankle. So just be cautious. Anyone that says I'm over the top, I immediately switch off because no one's over the top. No one's using their right shoulder too much. I've never seen anyone use their right shoulder too much. That black and white. I'm on one today, sorry. I've got so much passion for this game, and it hurts me when people come in and are in disarray. I get more people now saying, Stu, you're my last chance saloon, or else I'm going to give up the game. And it's so bad, some of the stuff out there. Grano, hi Stu, how to add more golf ball spin? So what you need to do is have more dynamic loft. The world over has got too strong with grips, flatten wrists off, and taken dynamic loft off. If you get yourself with the grip, go check out my grip series, which means you'll have a kink in here, and you then get grip down, and you create this kink in your left wrist here, as opposed to a bow, and then a lift up. Can you see how that club face is straight? But look at the dynamic loft I've got, none. Now, I put the grip back underneath me, I put cup in the wrist, and I now line the face back up. Can you see how that looks exactly the same as I just demonstrated? Now I turn and face you. Look at the dynamic loft I'm going to have now. Can you see? That's why nobody's got dynamic loft. They can't get the ball in the air. Charlie, started chicken wing. Can't fix it. Get a TheraBand. After you've watched my grip video, get a TheraBand, push it off of your chest. When you push it off of your chest, what you'll end up doing is having a kink in your left hand. When you then have a kink in your left hand, then you can swing the club with long arms. And that will immediately get rid of your chicken wing. Hope that helps, Charlie. There's a message that's been held for review. That's probably a load of nonsense. Let me just quickly look at that. Let's have a little look. Oh no. So Chris Watson says, I've been spanking it recently. Thanks, Stu. Well, Chris, that's great to hear. YouTube picked up on the spanking. Good stuff, great to hear. King Auto Detailing. Give King Auto Detailing a shout out. Go check out his channel. Where should you add wrist hinge in the backswing and before impact? So wrist hinge is more about levering up weight. So if we were to take a golf club or a broom that's heavy, can you imagine not having any wrist hinge here? You'd get to that point, and then it'd all happen way too late, wouldn't it? Get yourself a broom with some weight in it, and when you move it away, as soon as you start moving it, you'll start to feel how you want to set the golf club. And when you start to set the golf club, you'll start to feel how the club head wants to feel like it moves over the top of the grip. Go check out my broom series. That will really change the way you feel wrist set in your golf swing. Again, we've been taught, right, when do I set the club? When do I unset the golf club? We're using a lever, everybody. When you use a lever, you feel the weight end of the lever set and unset to create that down through strike, don't you? But when you use a lever normally, you're not hitting a golf ball. As soon as the golf ball goes offline, our brain is confused because the ball's not going straight. And at that point, we start to compromise the dynamics of a lever system. And that's why it gets all a little bit confusing, because we can't strike it, it's not going straight. Yeah, I'm trying to be dynamic, the grip's on the wrong place in the club, so the face is coming back open and closed, then I put on some layering of more from the inside and tucking my arm and all of this stuff, and you get so far away from pure dynamics, you just become a mess, So hopefully that helps you out. Etienne just fixed my grip just now. Goodly awkward. Well done, Etienne. Got 7 minutes left. Going to go and have a spot of lunch at 12 o'clock. Got some clients this afternoon. Uploaded a video ready for release on Saturday, 12 o'clock, talking about the four corners, how your right shoulder and your right hip interacts with each other, and how your left shoulder and left hip interact with each other. Got a cracking drill in there, a different drill with the TheraBand. So go check that out. If you're a member, it's up on the page already. D. Trizzle just says again, is it essential in every shot that you're not trying to cut or fade your trail wrist or flick the release at impact and end up on top? Or I guess better question is, when do you flick or rotate? Oh, gosh, that's a big question. Flick or rotate, I mean, how much of my content have you watched? If you watch my broom series, and you will change all of your thoughts on all of those questions. That is quick tip fixes that you're looking for. And honestly, you will spend a lifetime going around in circles. You know, hitting fades and draws is all about unloading the golf club around that wrist angle. So the more wrist angle that I have, cup, the more fade I'll hit. I'll have slightly less wrist angle, and then the more draw I'll hit. So fade and draw is not a flick, it's just a negotiation of face to path value. That wrist angle there when I'm unloading the golf club, that's a fade and that's a draw. Look any different? No. Because we're only talking about a degree or so, but the golf club is unloading down at strike. My hips are rotating, club's unloading. If I'm moving correctly around the golf ball, I'm in good posture at the start, I've got a good trade-off with my pressure through my grip and my body, I'll always approach the ball from the inside. If I want, you see the path straight. So the more I move around the ball in the correct manner, as I move down, the more I feel pressure moving into my heels at strike, the more it puts the grip underneath me, the more the path will be from the inside. 4 degrees. How we move around this golf ball based on the flight that we're going to see due to the unload of the club, whether you're going to hit fade or draw, how that talks to each other is the key to control. Nobody stands there and just hits dead straight. Nobody, if you're in control, you should be able to make it bend right and make it bend left and then control that bend. Hitting straight isn't the answer. Hopefully that's given you something to think about. Dizzy. I lose my balance in my downswing a lot, specifically with my driver, causes me to hit a ton of heel balls and steeper than I'd like to. How can I fix this? So if you're steeper and falling on the toes of the feet, it would be because your face is too open to the path. What you want to do is aim more right, put the ball a long way forwards in your stance, put it outside your pinky toe. Put it outside your pinky toe. Then what it'll encourage you to do is collect it on the way back in. On the way back in. And what that'll do is move the sweet spot more back in and you'll catch it more out the toe and you'll end up with the ball bending to the left. At that point you can aim even more right, keep swinging back in and around you here, which will give you that draw. That's how you create less of a heel strike and better balance. D. Trizzle, thank you. That explanation a lot, or that explains a lot. I hold a wrist angle too long. That's why it also always cuts. Yeah, you should never be something popped up on my feed the other day. It was a tour pro standing on the range talking to his coach, saying, "Oh, I just held the face straighter for longer there." It's like, no, that's just not what you want to feel. It's just hold the face straighter for longer. I mean, I get it. I get what you're feeling, but for lesser mortals, it's not what goes on. You know, especially if they've got terrible grips. So just be cautious out there. That pretty much wraps it all up. Had a good amount of you on, and I've really enjoyed this. I will be back tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I'm going to be back tomorrow, lunchtime. Same time, maybe a little bit later. I'm shooting a video tomorrow, live lesson. So that'll be coming out on the channel early next week. Any thoughts on content that you would like to see, drop a message in the comments below and I will gladly shoot those videos for you. So much coming out over the winter time for the channel and into the new year. Really excited to share what's going on in the background. Can't reveal all of it just yet, but lots coming. Steve Stone, thank you very much. Very enjoyable and educational. You're super welcome, Steve. You all have a great afternoon and morning wherever you're watching from. Thanks so much for watching and supporting the channel, and I'll see you all next time.